This is the AMTronic, 1970s designed concept car made by AMT back in the day. This kit's been popped and repopped again several times with various different assorted tinted windows, blue, green, clear, etc. I've got some really interesting ideas for this sweet baby. Yeah, oh yeah. Got this cheap. Yes, I love to buy stuff cheap. I will not pay Lincoln Continental prices for a Ford Fairmont. Just not going to do it. Wouldn't be prudent, not at this juncture. 1,000 points alike. Anyway, this is the AMTronic. I'm going to go ahead and open the box, and I already know what's in it, but I'm going to show you what's in it, and I'm going to tell you a little bit of what I've got in the way of ideas. But I'm not going to give too much away because I built one of these back in 2002, and I posted it on Trek BBS as Mr. Scott's multi-purpose vehicle. Of course, John Payne, also known as Forbin on various forums, had to steal the idea from me and do 3 or 4 different builds. Since he was inside the clique with all the other anal retentives, he got all the publicity and response. But that's cool too. If you got to steal somebody else's ideas and take credit, you got to live with yourself. Let's have a look at what's inside, shall we? So, here's what's inside. A card model. I've been promoting card models for a very long time. The people on the other modeling forums used to mock me for promoting card models. Big fan of card models. I don't care what it is. If it's a model, I will build it. I'm not prejudiced, I'm not pro this and anti that. I'm just not one of those guys. I do everything. Star Wars, Star Trek, 2001, all the science fiction genre stuff, tanks, jeeps, ships, aircraft, jets, you name it, I build it. I'm a modeler. I'm not, some guy that's full of hubris and arrogance and think that, well, if you don't do it my way, or the way I do it, then you're not a modeler, which just drives me nuts. I'm like, wow, really? Anyway, lots of chrome parts, lots of clear parts, both clear and transparent green, as you see there. I've got a lot of ideas for this. I can't start on it. I'm really anxious to get started on it. I've got client builds way ahead of this. I'm stacked up on client builds, printing, electronics, soundboards, etc. But I do plan on starting this at the very least once I sketch out exactly what I want to do with it. I want to do yet another Star Trek oriented thing, but I don't want to appear to be copying any other schmuck. So I'm going to have to come up with a totally original idea that looks totally different from everybody else's junk. Anyway, this is the AMTronic. You got a 3-dimensional card model, many chrome parts, lots and lots of parts. There are options with this kit depending on your level of skill and intelligence, what you can plan out and change, modify. I'm going to be lighting this. I'm going to be doing a lot of extras. I'm going to do something. In fact, this is one I'm not going to really show the build because I'm going to build it up and wait till it's 100% totally perfect and done. Then I will show it and make sure I show it everywhere so some Billy Bob from Bumblefrack, Tennessee or Kentucky doesn't, or Alabama or Arkansas or New York or wherever, so some Billy Bob doesn't try to say he came up with an original idea. Anyway, that's the AMTronic, and yes, I do like making fun of these guys sometimes. I'm sorry. These anal retentive, obsessive, compulsive, bipolar, manic, depressive, paranoid, schizophrenic lunatics that are in the Star Trek modeling community specifically, and some in Star Wars, just drive me nuts. The little cliquish, kids in the sandbox kind of thing just absolutely irks me. Grown men acting like man babies. King baby. Anyway, we will see more of this in the future.